Today I fucked up by getting the COVID vaccine. Today I was in a store that has a pharmacy attached. Over the loudspeaker came an announcement that the pharmacy had COVID vaccines. I walked by and there was no line. In my area I hadn't been able to get an appointment to get one until next month. So I went ahead and got my shot. I completely did not track that I might feel like crap for a few days, and I have my first law school final exam tomorrow. Right now my head feels fuzzy, my arm feels like I've been knuckle punched by the champ, and I've got chills. I'm trying to study but it's not going well. I knew better, I really did. My entire extended family got this vaccine, same brand, and almost all of them were bleh for at least the next 24 hours. Too long didn't read. I got my first COVID shot less than 24 hours before a very important test, and now I feel crappy and can't study. Can you get a medical certificate and exemption for the exam? Contact your law school ASAP. Negative. Unless I'm in the hospital or have some serious gnarly symptoms in the morning, then this professor is not going to let me reschedule. She is a serious hard nose. She would just say that it's my own fault for electing to get the vaccine the day before. So I thought I'd update you lovely people. Thanks so much to those who came with good advice. My exam was this morning. I woke up without any of the fuzzy-headed feeling, just feeling like my arm had been savaged by some wild animal, but not a big deal. I definitely did not ace the exam, nor did I completely bomb it. I need a little more than 60% to have a B, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Smiley face. Oof, hindsight is 2020. I had my first Pfizer shot on Saturday evening, and I swear it was like someone played too much punch buggy with my arm. HPV shot back in high school was a walk in the park by comparison. By the next day it was a 2-inch radius of pain and I had to lay down for an hour. Luckily it didn't last too long for me. I felt back to normal the day after. Good luck on your exam! Exclamation mark. Thanks. I got the Moderna one and I'm hoping that I'll wake up tomorrow and be fine. If not, live and learn and I'll just have to power through it. I had the Pfizer on Sunday evening and felt like shit until yesterday, arms still sore toe. But the second shot is the worst. I've had my first Moderna vaccine. The pharmacist straight up told me that the second shot was likely going to suck and to not plan on doing anything the following day or so. Today I fucked up by getting caught by my girlfriend's mother. Let me paint you a picture. It's 2016, you've met this really cool girl in high school and both have hit it off. You both like each other and end up dating for a little bit. Eventually one thing leads to another and the both of you are messing around. Cue the fuck up. To understand this story you kinda have to understand my girlfriend's mother. We'll call her Anne. Anne was a devout Christian soul who came from a very strict Christian background. From what I can recall it was Baptist, so Anne didn't really like me at the time that much. I could always tell in the way that she talked with me she was very condescending. I never thought much of it, but she always was looking and waiting for me to fuck up around her that she could hold over my head. This is where our story begins. It's late Friday night and my girlfriend's mother is watching a movie with us. I'm sitting next to my girlfriend while her mother, Anne, is sitting across from us, not watching the movie, just staring at me. I can feel her eyes boring a hole into my soul as I'm watching Inception and at least trying to enjoy the movie. A couple hours pass and the movie is about 3/4 of the way over and Anne has fallen asleep and is snoring away. For whatever reason I get the bright idea to begin getting handsy with my girlfriend and we decide to go upstairs to her room. We both tiptoe up her stairs, careful not to let any of the rickety steps let out a creaking cacophony of disruptive noise that might awake Anne, who was supposedly snoring away below us. After successfully making it to my girlfriend's room I begin to go down on her. My girlfriend was making enough noise, or Anne was quiet enough to just slip by, because after not even 30 seconds of messing around I feel the hairs of the back of my neck stand up, my soul physically leave my body, and my stomach drop to my feet as I hear from behind me, "Rogue leader, it's time to go home." At this point I'm on my knees at the end of my fiance's bed and simply stand up. The only word that I can say is a simple, yup. Before I felt like I wanna puke, my blood rushing in my head as I leave my girlfriend who is also in a similar state, and begin collecting my things. You'd think that the story would end here, and that I'd go home. Oh no. That's the first part. Second part is probably one of the most awkward moments of my life. See, I was a young high schooler who only had a learner's permit, not a license yet. So I was unable to drive myself home. Normally my father or mother would come and pick me up and let me drive home for some hours. Well, for whatever reason, Anne didn't want me staying in her house. I could tell she was debating on making me walk home, but she was kind enough to force me to ride in a car with her back to my house. Let me just say, it was the most painful experience I've had to endure, especially since Anne began quoting Psalm 23 over and over again. The car ride was awkward, but that's how I fucked up this time. Too long didn't read. Girlfriend's mom caught us messing around and I had to ride back to my house with my girlfriend's mother since I didn't have a driver's license yet. Edit 1. So yeah, this is pretty bad. Probably the second worst time I got caught, the other being the time we were in my car, but that's a story for another time. In any case, I have no idea why she started quoting Psalm 23, but I was too afraid to ask. Also, Anne demanded a sit-down meeting with my parents and proceeded to hound me and my GF about how we would fix this moving forward and be good Christians. It was hella awkward, especially when she made the racist jokes too. And yes, me and the girl in this story are engaged. We've been dating for 4 years and engaged for almost a year soon. No date set for the wedding, not till the Rona dies down hopefully. And her dad, is he also so religious? Or out of the picture? He's out of the picture, probably for the best because he's off his rocker. One time in high school with my first boyfriend, I was giving him head in his bedroom. All of a sudden his dad came home, and had to walk by his room to enter the house. He totally saw, walked by and gave my BF a thumbs up. Really awkward when I had to hang out with his dad in the garage after. It's a pretty cool reaction, I guess. That is super awkward, WTF, ha ha ha. I really hope she called you by your Reddit username. It always throws me off when Redditors use their Reddit name in the story. This time was no exception, as my mind was picturing a typical suburban home, and then I was transported to the Star Wars universe with the line Rogue Leader, "It's time to go home." If it makes you feel better, I've said this is Rogue Leader, going in. I'm on my knees at the end of my fiance's bed. Did this story come up at the wedding? Actually, we aren't married yet, but sometime soon, lol. Today I fucked up by doxing and swatting myself. So I'm a dude who likes to tinker with electronics and stuff. So I'm currently developing a cigarette toaster, and I thought it could be funny to just share a picture of the prototype in Yodel without any context. So I took a picture, shared it, and not long after someone commented, "Smart of you to have your address in the picture." Damn it. Cardboard my prototype is built with have my address on it. Deleted the post and hoped nobody did a screen cap. A couple of hours went and I tried to sleep, but I was just laying awake. So I got out of the bed and watched some YouTube in my underpants and a blanket. While watching a video about Red Alert's Yuri's Revenge, I saw some light blinking on my wall. Looking at my window with curtains closed, there's a bright blinking white light. My phone rings. "Hey, my name / it's the police and we would like for you to go outside with your hands where we can see them." I answer, "Is it alright if I take some clothes on?" It was not. So I'm walking out of my apartment, clearly showing my hands. Outside there is about 6 to 7 cops. One of them mentions that I posted something on Yodel while half of the cops go to my apartment to clear it. After standing outside in my underpants for a couple of minutes, I got to go back to my room, where I then showed them how to use my cigarette toaster and some of my other inventions. They took pictures of everything they could, and I had a small chat with a female cop about how I should find a job where I can use my skills. Afterwards I posted a picture of the cigarette toaster without my address on it with the text "cigarette toaster, not a bomb," and I got several people apologizing for sending screen caps of it to the police. I will post a picture of the cigarette toaster in the comments. Too long didn't read. I shared a picture of my invention with my address on it and people called the police, so the bomb squad showed up. You really should get a job where you can use those skills. I wanna see a vid of this thing in action. Username doesn't necessarily make me not think of bombs though. What is a cigarette toaster? Don Draper, this is the greatest advertising opportunity since the invention of cereal. We have 6 identical companies making 6 identical products. We can say anything we want. How do you make your cigarettes? Lee Garner Jr., I don't know. Lee Garner, Sr., shame on you. We breed insect repellent tobacco seeds, plant them in the North Carolina sunshine, grow it, cut it, cure it, toast it. Don Draper, there you go. There you go. Writes on chalkboard and underlines, it's toasted. Lee Garner Jr., but everybody else's tobacco is toasted. Don Draper, no. Everybody else's tobacco is poisonous. Lucky Strikes is toasted. Roger, well, gentlemen, I don't think I have to tell you what you just witnessed here. Lee Garner Jr., I think you do. Don Draper, advertising is based on one thing, happiness. And do you know what happiness is? Happiness is the smell of a new car. It's freedom from fear. It's a billboard on the side of a road that screams with reassurance that whatever you're doing is okay. You are okay. Lee Garner, Sr., it's toasted. Smiles. Lee Garner, Sr., I get it.